writers, political leaders, sporting icons, titans of industry, nation builders. Women have shaped our country since the idea of India was conceived. A spirit of aspiration and service, enduring all social challenges and rising with each generation. This steady surge in the contribution of female leaders is best illustrated by the Parliament of India. After the first general election in 1951, the Constituent Assembly had only 15 female members. And that number has only risen with over 100 women members of Parliament in 2020. 78 elected MPs to the Lok Sabha and 25 serving in the Rajya Sabha. Over 70 years, the Parliament has elevated female leaders who have become trailblazers for women everywhere. Women MPs have repeatedly been undermined and ridiculed by their male colleagues. Sexism being the natural byproduct of entering politics.
उसकी असलियत समझने में आपको 17 बरस लगे। मैं 17 दिन में पहचान गया कि इनके नीचे का जो अंडरवेयर है वो खाकी रंग का है।
But across party lines, from Sonia Gandhi to Sushma Swaraj to Generation Next MPs, women continue to fearlessly prove their mettle and resolve in Parliament. The 2019 general elections set a record, inducting the most women MPs in history, and women continue to break the glass ceiling. The modern Indian woman is committed, driven, fearless, and unapologetic about it. Since independence, across generations, class, and regions, they have expanded their influence in governance and politics as agents of social change. Though the Women's Reservation Bill is still a distant dream, but these public representatives say that the march of women is on and in the right direction. What does this historic number actually mean for women MPs? Do they now have a collective voice? I'm going to take this conversation forward with women MPs themselves. Loket Chatterjee is a member of Parliament of the BJP, Aparajita Sarangi, member of Parliament, a former IAS officer. Ami Ben Yagnik is the Congress MP, and also with us Vandana, who is from the NCP. I'm going to begin with you, Aparajita. Help me understand, what does this increased representation actually mean?
Increased representation is a highly positive trend for the country, for the women of the country. And this is definitely a message to all who want the repression of women, who are not in favor of women coming out, women walking hand in hand with men folk. In fact, this has given a combined voice to the women. There are 78 women in Lok Sabha, which is quite a number for the first time. This many number has come. And we can see the difference. In fact, if it is a triple talaq bill, we found all women wanted to talk about it. And there have been many issues on which we have come forward and we have chosen to speak. So I think when we talked of transgender bill, I think all of us wanted to speak on transgender bill. When we wanted to talk of POXO, all women came forward. So I think there is a lot of positive assertion. And this is a very positive trend. And let me honestly tell you that all women, we want to walk with men, not behind men or not ahead of men.
Walking with men, does it mean that you have been able to raise issues which are of concern to you, not take the party line? Have women MPs risen on gender lines, not on party lines?
Well, for one thing, I may say that I come from a party who believes in reservation for women everywhere. So party line or not a party line, I come from that party. So we believe that women should be empowered. For the last so many decades, we have taken women to that empowerment. So that is why you see this empowered women here in the parliament. This is kind of a message to our women that yes, you can reach there, you can become a parliamentarian. Not only that, you can become an IPS or you can become an IAS or you can become the top doctor who is in IVF. Yes,
1994,
yes.
who left bureaucracy
so
to
it's a
enter
wonderful
this.
contribution to women empowerment, and so every woman parliamentarian here is sending a message to other women in the country. Yes, you can do it, you can empower yourselves, you can see, you can have role models, and you can reach here or you can do whatever you want for the women folk of this country.
What about you? What does this number mean?
देखिए एम्पावरमेंट ऑफ वुमेन मोदी जी का नेतृत्व में जो 19 लोकसभा में 78 वुमेन एमपी, तो इसमें लगता है जो एक के बाद एक जो बिल आ रहा है, इसमें वुमेन का जो वॉइस जो आ रहा है पूरा, या विरोधी में या सपोर्ट में जो भी वॉइस आ रहा है, इसमें पता चलता है कि वुमेन आज के दिन में मोदी जी का नेतृत्व में सरकार में भी वुमेन का एक एम्पावरमेंट अभी.
Women MPs who are film actresses who have come particularly from TMC, you yourself have a background in cinema. Do you think women are essentially boxed? That if they are actresses, they will have greater acceptability and hence they can enter parliament. It's more of a parachuting.
देखिए मोदी जी का नेतृत्व में जो पश्चिम बंगाल में जो बहुत सारे एमपीज़ लोग हैं, ममता बनर्जी का टीएमसी लोग से बहुत सारा एक्ट्रेसेस लोग हैं, और मोदी जी का भी इधर बहुत सारा लोग हैं जो प्रोफेशनल जो प्रोफेशन था, एक्ट्रेस था. तो इसमें पार्लियामेंट में आके तो ये लग रहा है जो वुमेन का एक अलग से सम्मान भी दे रहा है. वुमेन लोग मेन के साथ एक साथ चल रहा है, और 3 तलाक बिल को लेकर जब वुमेन ने जो वॉइस उठाया था पार्लियामेंट में, जो वोट दिया था, जो विरोधी बोलिए ये सपोर्ट में बोलिए, जो एक साथ ही वोट दिया था, तो वुमेन नेतृत्व तो अभी ये जो ये साल में ये नारी दिवस जो 8 मार्च जो होने वाला है, इसमें वुमेन का नेतृत्व तो बहुत ज़्यादा ही होगा. और या वायुसेना में बोलिए सब जगह में वुमेन का नेतृत्व बहुत ही ज़्यादा के ज़्यादा.
Do women MPs learn from each other's experiences?
Actually, I think all the women who are representatives here in this highest house of democracy are all very experienced, are all very sensitive towards issues which they have to address. And certainly there are times when each one of us has to go through a certain phase, a certain period, a certain incident where probably you need somebody to help you, or even when you want to take a particular stand on a particular legislation, you want to consult somebody so that you're going and taking the right stand. So definitely at such times you do have your colleagues in the house, you do have your personal friends, like Ami ji and me are very good friends, we both lawyers, so we do consult on several issues as to what the stand should be. And my experience has shown that women tend to think the same. You have the same sensitivity and you know exactly what the legislation wants to address, and therefore if there's something nice happening, even if it's the government and the opposition, we would like to praise it. If something wrong is happening which we feel in the long run will not do justice for the women who we try to seek justice for, we do oppose it.
Ma'am, we haven't seen women MPs take stand on a number of issues, be it the violence on campuses, even what sexual assault that happened to students of Gargi College. Is that a matter of concern that there are several issues that women in general in this country turn to? They hope that the women MPs will be raising, and the women MPs have let them down.
Yes, I certainly feel that there is some kind of I wouldn't say a laid-back attitude in a sense, but not a very proactive attitude. When I talk about violence with women and small children being raped and girls, I did not find a single woman minister get up and make a statement when that girl was burnt alive, you know, when she was going to the court. And at that time you feel bad, you take up these issues in the parliament, that yes, there should be some kind of, why only women MPs should take up this issue? Why should not men also get sensitized to these issues?
इसमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो उनका पार्टी का है हम लोग नहीं उठाना चाहते. हम लोग एक साथ होकर ही वॉइस उठाना चाहते हैं, और दोषी जो है उसको शास्ति मिलना चाहिए. ऐसा ही हम लोग का एक ही लाइन रहता है, इसमें राजनीति होना नहीं चाहिए.
Let's not bring politics into this. Women issues are women issues. And let me honestly tell you, all women, whether they are parliamentarians, whether they are at the local self-government level, wherever they are, in fact, all of us want everybody to think about women, and there has to be a positive environment cutting across gender even. We would like men also to think about these issues. We all need to be sensitive, and that kind of positivity, that kind of positive atmosphere, pro-woman atmosphere has to be created, and this creation of this kind of atmosphere is the responsibility of all, whether men or women.
Let's talk about navigating a space which is largely seen as male-dominated or male bastion.
No more, I would say. Only the mindsets now have to change. Basically, each man also has a wife, has a daughter, has a mother. So I think on this International Women's Day, we should all strive to see that it's not only the women who should be addressing the so-called women's issues. Let us start having men being involved in women's issues, because they have to realize that there cannot be a barrier between women and men.
This balancing that is needed between family life and political life or public life.
I would say that this is more of a responsibility, and this work-life balance, work and personal life balance, is definitely a challenge. I was in the IAS, and if I compare my responsibilities as an IAS officer and my responsibility as a people's representative, as a parliamentarian, there's a hell lot of a difference. Now I think there are lots of expectations also of people, but at the same time I would say that when expectations of people increase, I think we women are highly elastic, highly flexible. We actually, stretch ourselves.
You have to put in extra efforts, and when you have chosen to take a commitment outside the family life and your support structure, of course, if it is there then and then you can do public work, then you have to put in that extra mile. You are in a world, let's say the world has changed a little bit now, but this is a men's world, and in that set you have to walk the extra mile to put in efforts. I, as a lawyer and a social worker, to be on the ground and to see that the woman sarpanch comes out and still talks in a village level where she has to make a decision. I think these are issues that make you also stronger when you are interacting with these women. So this is empowering, and yeah, you have to put in more efforts.
You have to put in more efforts. What about you?
It's all about balancing.
And there is balancing needed.
ऑल अबाउट बैलेंसिंग नीडेड. अगर हम लोग फैमिली से बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट भी मिलना चाहिए, और बाहर में जब लोग हम लोग काम करते हैं,
तो
और सब जो हमारा जो सब लोग कोलीग्स है, सब लोग जो है, सब भी हम लोग को सपोर्ट करते हैं, हेल्प भी करते हैं, तो इसलिए तो हम लोग बढ़ते हैं. सब लोग एक साथ अगर हम लोग होते तो हम लोग बढ़ेंगे, या फैमिली लाइफ में बोलिए या वर्क लाइफ में.
All those aspects associated with politics, that the politics is something that you, before you entered, are you finding anything different now?
I have been an elected representative at the municipal corporation, and believe me that when I was offered a candidature for the municipal corporation elections, those were the days when it was 33% reservation for women, and Maharashtra took the lead of 30% reservation. And when I was offered the candidature, I said, sorry, politics is not my piece of cake. But I realized that there are so many challenges, and sky is the limit no matter how much you do. And as Sarangi ji absolutely said, it's a 24/7 job, and women tend to take it more seriously. Sorry to the men, but yes, we do take it more seriously. And definitely, I mean, if we don't have a family supporting us, we will not be able to do a job. So it is very essential that the family understands what we are doing. In fact, in my first election, I was 5 months pregnant when I was walking around canvassing. And I became a mother after I got elected, my second child. And I was not able to give her time, and then I used to feel that I'm not giving her enough time. When she was in the 10th standard, I just quit the municipal corporation because it was already 3 terms that I had contested elections. I said no more of municipal corporation elections. I came back, she was studying, and I said, Priyanka, I have given up my municipal corporation post. I'm not going to contest anymore. She was in a lying down position. Third, she sat down. She said, why? So I said, because I think I don't give you enough time. She said, I don't need you, Mom. I can manage my studies. The people who you work for need you more than that.
Women MPs talk about their time management in Parliament, their legislative responsibilities.
See, we are multitasking by nature. And let me honestly tell you, with all humility, I would say on behalf of all women, that we are very sincere, we are very hardworking, and we know how to manage things with little support from family. Family support, of course, is essential. I just give you an instance of my life. In fact, just 1 year back, I have joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. That point of time, I was quite worried because my son was in class 10th and he had his board examination. Just 3 months before, I had to contest the election. And you understand, contesting election means leaving him, leaving the family in Delhi for quite some time and being in my constituency for campaigning. And then I sat with a very long face with my family members, my daughter, my son and my husband. And I asked them as to what they think, what they thought. And interestingly, my son, from whom, I thought I would be getting brickbats. He was very, very supportive. He said, I'm going to study, mom, you go and contest the election.
This multitasking, tell me about it, Lockett. When you engage with your constituency and then you engage with male colleagues here in Parliament, do you put in also extra hours because you have to understand issues and move around in issues which you are not very comfortable with?
ऐसे तो कुछ सिचुएशन मुझे तो नहीं लगा है क्योंकि इन पार्लियामेंट बहुत सारे जो कोलीग्स है बहुत सपोर्टिव है और सेंसिटिव भी है और घर में जो फैमिली लाइफ में उसमें भी मेरा बेटा भी हस्बैंड जो है सब बहुत सारा सपोर्टिव भी है.
I decided to join politics when I was doing my law. I mean, I have a large practice and social work at the ground in all districts of Gujarat. It gave me so much insight to what actually is the fabric of Indian society. And so my family supported. My mom said, yes, if your education is of no use to what your calling of the heart is and to understand how you want to help other people, I think just go ahead with it. At the most, you might just not like it. You'll be back to your practice and all that. So that's how I started. My family also, I think my son thinks that, well, you are a part of this great democracy, you have to contribute. So you make little more efforts to understand the bills, to see that you get a proper law in order, to see that it reaches the last person in society.
And women's reservation in particular, why is there little talk about it now? And we talk about it only during Women's Day.
See,
That push, 33% reservation for women. Do you think that is the need of the hour and it must happen?
See, I have a different take on this. In fact, we should create a very positive environment for women to grow, right? The enabling environment which all of us desire to have. There should be a tremendous focus on creating the enabling environment. Let women grow. I don't think women need too much of sympathy, too much of
They don't need hand-holding according to you.
In that sense, they don't need... I said I have a different take on this, and we can deliberate on it later. But at the same time, I would emphasize that, creation of enabling environment is required. Women do not have competitors. We want to supplement the efforts of men folks.
Okay. Vandana?
I think reservation is very much required. We had the 33% reservation coming through the 73rd and 74th Amendment way back in 92. And then, of course, now at the local self-government it's 50%. And I think the ground is already ready to make sure that there are well-trained women, well-experienced women to reach here. But I think we will have a better voice, more strength, more confidence to take up women's issues and other issues if we are more in numbers, and that will happen only through reservation.
So this is needed, women's reservation.
जब हम लोग फैमिली चलाता है तो हम लोग एक साथ ही चलाता है, उसमें कुछ सिंपैथी ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. दूसरा के हम दोनों परस्पर के पूरा जो क्या सोच है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग में सब कुछ चलता है, हार्ट से चलता है. लेकिन इसमें अगर वुमेंस को अगर ऐसे दूर के रख के देखेगा, वुमेंस बहुत वीक है, उसको देखना पड़ेगा, सिंपैथी देना पड़ेगा, इसमें सपोर्ट हम लोग, मेरा तो नहीं है.
Women don't need sympathies, according to both of them.
No. We need a reservation. We need to sympathize with women who are absolutely helpless. Let us not create a situation in which women are feeling hopeless and helpless. That is where empowered women come in the picture. That is where the hand holding is required, and that is why we need reservation for a while. See, when she talked about the 73rd and the 74th Amendment, and that is how women mayors came into the picture. If that Rajiv Gandhi's vision had not come and we would not have that local self-government women reservation, we would not be having 33,000 women sarpanches today, as per the Minister of the Panchayati Raj, who made a statement in the Lok Sabha.
See, I would say there should be emphasis on education. There should be emphasis on ensuring the dignity of women. There should be given tremendous security in the discharge of their day-to-day duties or whatever they do. They should feel safe. It's very much important, and they should be focused on their health. They should be focused on skill upgradation, and this kind of support women require. Women do not require sympathy, or women do not require
Enabling environment is what they are suggesting.
Yes, that's it. Enabling environment.
Yes, yes.
Reservation is not sympathy. Reservation is giving them a chance to come and voice the issues of women, and that can happen only through reservation. We have umpteen examples of the grassroots where as she said, 33,000 sarpanchas, millions of women in decision-making process, issues which were never ever addressed by the men who were in local self-government have come to the fore, have started being addressed. So these are things which will not happen unless you have the numbers.
Is there a greater thought that goes into your mind when you enter parliament? You have to be dressed up in a particular way. You have to appear in a particular way because you are in public life. Are there some thoughts on your appearance and your conduct playing on your mind again and again?
I would say that this is definitely a responsibility because we are in public life, and we should know how to conduct ourselves with grace. Because we are dealing with hundreds of people, different categories. So I think this is a great responsibility.
Yes, conduct is very important once you are in public life. Parliament is a higher place and everyone is watching you. So I think once you are in public life, I think when you are trying to see that you are setting an example or you are yourself looked as an example, the conduct should be very, very appropriate, and you have to be very responsible as that public person in society.
Yes. I think we have to be ourselves. So whatever makes us feel comfortable, and rightly so, as all my colleagues have said, we are holding positions of responsibility, and therefore we tend to keep that in mind, that we have a certain code which we have to follow within us. It's not a written code, it's a moral code.
It's an unwritten code. Last question to all of you. What is the X factor of a woman MP?
As a mother, as a daughter, as a public figure, जो हमारा जो एक ही हम लोग का होना चाहिए, जो सब लोग को आंतरिक से बात करना चाहिए, उसको प्यार से समझाना चाहिए और सबको लेकर एक साथ आगे बढ़ना चाहिए.
I am a great admirer of Maya Angelou.
Yes.
I read a lot.
Yes.
And I would just quote her.
Yes.
And you can make out what is my X factor. She wrote very well, the mission of my life is not just to survive but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor and some style. And that's what I do.
So what is the humor here? So certainly, go ahead.
Well, sometimes the question itself is quite not the right question. There is every day an X factor, I would say, because if I go to court, let me just give an example which I give to all the women where I go for legal awareness, and at the crossroads of the in the city towards the High Court, I suddenly remember that, well, I forgot to switch off the motor and it's going to get burnt and my water is not going to reach the tank. So whether I reach the court in time or whether I take decision to go back, either way there is going to be damage, and so you in a split second at the traffic lights you decide what is going to be the balancing thing and what you want to do, give as a priority. So that priority, it comes within the compass of teachers, your support structure, your children, your mothers, your parents. Everything is
So
reminded
X
at that
factor
time.
is deciding in the split of seconds.
Yes.
Sensitivity and empathy. You know, women are more sensitive to issues and women are empathetic. I'm not saying sympathetic. So this is the difference between a man and a woman. And we are very sincere, we are very diligent, and we are very hardworking. These are the X factors. There is not one X factor with
Multiple X factors. Go ahead.
I would say that we are very fortunate, all of us being here, to have got this opportunity to give back to society, to actually talk about legislations and things. So give your best, that's all. Give your best, and to the best possible limit.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. It's a pleasure to speak to you, and wishing all of you and our viewers a very happy Women's Day.